Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Incompetent Unboxings, the show where I unbox stuff and not really much else, because I don't know what's going on here. Now, I did say not that long ago that I probably wouldn't be doing an unboxing of the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Definitive Works set for Nintendo Switch, and that is largely because this box for Collector's Edition doesn't come with all that much. There's only one thing in here besides the game itself. But when it came in and I seen this alongside my other Xenoblade Collector's Editions, I figured it'd be a good time to take a look at all the Collector's Editions in the series to date. At least we'll be taking a look at the Xenoblade Collector's Editions, not the rest of the Xeno series. As much as I love Xenogears on the PlayStation 1 and the Xenosaga trilogy, I don't really have any Collector's Editions or anything special to show from those. So let's start this off by looking at the new hotness, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works Set. As soon as this came in, my wife couldn't help herself, and I don't blame her. She did open the box already, so this is not the first time this is being opened. It's just the first time I'm personally seeing it. Okay. That's a little bit weird. It looks like there's just a lot of cardboard in here. That's odd. There's the box itself. There's not really much on here. It's pretty stock, you know, just the logo, a picture of the two things that are actually in there. Again, same on all the sides there. Not much to look at there. So I guess I can give credit where it's due. The cardboard it comes with does at least have a design on it. That's the Monado there in the red. Looks like it's just here to keep this box safe. Oh, and there's the game itself behind it. Okay, see if I can get this out. This honestly looks like one of those prop books that people use to like hide a flask in or something. So there we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. We got some reversible cover art cartridge there. Not much really to look at on there. There is no manual in here, which is a little bit of a disappointment, I guess. If we contrast this to like the original Wii release, if you bought this day one or pre-ordered it, you did get like a little art book with it, you know, at normal standard retail price. But inside, we do have the game. We do have the reversible cover art, so we're kind of like one for one here now. But we also have a 45-page full-color manual, which, I mean, I am a sucker for manuals. I wish these were still the standard. And we have a little bit more. There's some Club Nintendo points if anybody wants them. Pretty sure that's shut down. You know, some, like, advertisements, whatever. I don't really care about this stuff, but 45-page manual. Do kind of wish that was still in the new one, but, you know, it is what it is. It's 2020, hashtag current year. So that is the game and the case. That's what you'd be getting if you bought just the standard edition of the game. Although I can't imagine the standard edition looks like that on the back. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. That's kind of, it's weird. There's like, I'm used to, you know, a few screenshots of the game and a bunch of legal text. All right, so let's move our Xenoblade Labo kit out of the way and take a look at the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Works. I'm guessing this is the art book. This art book is in like this nice, pretty hard case here. It's got a lot of weight to it. Here we got one of the Titans here on the front, the other on the back. That's Bionis and Mechonis there, or Mechonis if you pronounce it that way. There we go. Better view there for you guys. Pretty good looking stuff. Hardcover, very, very high quality, much like the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 book. We're not going to flip through too many of these pages. It is a beefy book, but I also do not want to spoil any of the story if there's any story spoilers in here. Well, there's Bionis and Mechonis locked in combat. That's in the intro for the game. Shulk with the Monado. We got a little forward here by the executive director. Now this here is what they used for the cover of their old art book that came as a pre-order bonus for Xenoblade on Wii. Then we jump straight into the character art. Man, it's got that new book smell. Oh, it's nice. This book is so nice. I can still hear the crinkle of these pages. I don't know if any of you guys like watched Mr. Dress Up growing up, but listening to him cut through like construction paper, that's like ASMR for me. Listening to like the crinkle of new book pages being turned. God, it's got that same effect. Okay, so I maybe just blurred out a page. As I was talking, I just flipped to a page with a character design that you guys probably shouldn't see if you haven't played the game yet. This is a fully loaded book. Don't look through it if you're having like a blind playthrough, okay? It's very spoilery. I can say that for a fact now. So let's jump a little bit to the end here. Some more character designs, location designs, enemy designs. There's this really cool storyboard section towards the back that shows you how a lot of the key scenes played out, like in the planning stages. Again, those would be for cutscenes, and those would be spoiler heavy, so you're not going to get to see too many of these. The book is 255 pages. Overall, it's a pretty good value. That's a pretty good value for a collector's edition. This is a really good pack-in, but keep in mind, this is the only pack-in. It does come with a little protective cardboard sleeve to keep the book in if you want to keep it on your shelf and that. And it does have a Labo kit, which I'll keep referring to it that way. It's kind of cheap cardboard, looks a little poorly cut, but at least it's got a design on it. But that is the whole of the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Definitive Works set. Let's see how this stacks up to other collector's editions in the same series. Alright, so this here, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Collector's Edition. The box art obviously takes a different aesthetic. There's a lot more on the back. It's a lot less minimalistic. In a sense, it's not as bold as the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is, but it is certainly a good design. Opening this up, and we see they done things a little bit differently. This is also how the other collector's editions were arranged. So inside, we have this little holding case here, which holds the game in a steel case, okay, and this is just the game. We can't really call that reversible cover art because you can't reverse it, but there is inner lining art, the cartridge here, and soundtrack. It's not a full soundtrack, of course, it is just a sound selection. There's about 13 tracks on there, give or take. I mean, again, something the new one doesn't come with, kind of making the new one look a little bit more disappointing. Not saying it's a bad value, just a little more disappointing. This nice, specifically cut little tray, and of course, the art book. And this art book is about the same level of quality. Hardcover, very high print quality, but just shy on the amount of pages. We have 219 pages in this one. 220 if you count like the blank empty page. Overall, I mean, sure, it's 40 pages less, but you get the soundtrack, you get the steel book. I don't know about you guys, I do think this one was a better value. And personally, I am somebody who thinks, you know, a collector's edition without a soundtrack doesn't really have everything that I want personally in a collector's edition. But they are all still a great value, especially when you consider books like this. You could probably retail them at $40 or more. And let's look now at the Xenoblade Chronicles X Collector's Edition. You'll notice immediately this is a much smaller box. I can completely block it out with the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Collector's Edition. But smaller though it may be, it's probably the most interesting of the three with the most interesting pack-ins. So let's take a look. You've probably all seen this once before already. It shows you what's in the box here. Bunch of little snapshots from the game, your normal legal text. Inside, okay, it's packed just like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We have the little tray. No manual in this one. There is reversible cover art though. So again, this is one for one with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. We also have a little screen cleaner, which for the Wii U, you know, this made sense, and arguably for the Nintendo Switch, it makes even more sense. We have this art print here, which also doubles as a certificate of authenticity. I don't know how limited this collector's edition was, but it was in stores for a very long time, so not sure how important that certificate of authenticity is. But we also have this little metal, uniquely designed USB drive, which holds the soundtrack. This isn't how I would prefer to get the soundtrack. I'd rather have it on CD so I could put it in my car or something, but this is a cool friggin' plugin. And of course, it wouldn't be a collector's edition if we didn't also have an art book. Now you will notice pretty quick, this is probably the lowest quality version art book out of all of them, not counting the Wii's pre-order bonus. And I say that, one, because this only has a page count of around 100 pages. That's less than half as long as the other ones, and as you can see, soft cover. But the pages and the art are, of course, still excellent. And I mean, Xenoblade X gets a lot of crap from a lot of people, but there's certain areas that you simply cannot touch the game in. A lot of its art design was awesome. A lot of its creatures, its aliens, a lot of its world was incredible. But that is the Xenoblade Chronicles X Collector's Edition. So all in all, how do these stack up? Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works Edition comes with the game with reversible cover art. It also comes with a 250-page hardcover art book with a protective case. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition comes with a steel case version of the game with unique liner art. It also comes with a hardcover 215-page art book and a somewhat small but serviceable sound selection CD. It's all packed in here nicely in a specifically cut little holding tray. Xenoblade Chronicles X comes with the game with reversible cover art. It comes with a 100-page full-color art book, but it's not hardcover. It comes with a soundtrack packed on a very uniquely designed and cut USB drive, a screen cleaner for your Wii U, and a limited edition art print with a certificate of authenticity. I have to say, as this series has gone along, their collector's editions have got less and less exciting with their pack-ins. But their pack-ins, at least the art books, have undoubtedly gone up in quality, with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works Set having possibly one of the best packed-in art books I've seen for a JRPG. And that's gonna do it for this episode of Incompetent Unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this trilogy of games here, and how things have changed over the years. As always, folks, thanks for watching.
I am a simp.